So hi, this is Kiran from Beck4Tech, and in today's video we'll be discussing something about a mail merge. So have you heard the term mail merge? It is a very old technique through which you will be able to send the same copy of the document to multiple recipients with personalized messages. So in today's demonstration, I'll be discussing how to do this mail merge with LibreOffice tool. So the whole video is basically divided into 3 steps, and one of the steps is basically an optional option. If you could do it, then that will be well and good. If you don't do it, then you will get the results, but there will be some issues in between. So if you are okay in doing all the 3 steps, then it will be really perfect. So we'll go to the computer, and from there we'll see how this can be done, right? So this is my Ubuntu OS, and I have made 2 documents using LibreOffice. One is something I made out of LibreOffice Writer, and other one is done using LibreOffice Calc. So this is something equivalent to something like Excel in Microsoft's Office, and this is something equivalent to Word in Microsoft's Excel. So I will open the initial LibreOffice Writer document first, and inside the document, as you could see, this is a letter, and I haven't given the to address. Similarly, if something like a personalized message like dear Mr. The name of the person, if you could write that, then you will be able to do this using this technique. So first step is to create this particular letter. So this is the step 1. So if you are done with the letter, you can save it as LibreOffice Writer document. The default file extension will be ODT. Right. So once this is done, you can save the document. You can go into the file and you can save the document as a ODT file, and you can close this particular document. Right. Yeah, and other step, the second step is to create this document which has got all your addresses. So it is not mandatory that you should use all these headings. You can have something like a city name can be included, something like country name can be included. If your list is large, then also it will be good. It is not mandatory that you should use 2 addresses. I have used in such a manner that this is just a demonstration. So title, it is also not mandatory. So if you want something like a personalized message with starting with this title, something like Mr. Kiran, dear Mr. Kiran, if you want something similar to this thing, then it will be really helpful. So once you do that, this completes our second step. Now what we have to do is we have to go into the initial document, where you can go into the tools option and you can go for mail merge wizard. So this is the method, this is the itinerary you will have to go with. So you can click on that thing, and initial step is select the starting document. So which document you want to convert it into the multiple documents or a mail merge document. So I'll be going with use the current document, because this is a letter which I want to send it to multiple of my clients, right? So you can either create a new document or start from existing document. So I'll be clicking it as my current document. Then I will go into select document type. You can either opt for email or you can opt for letter. I have opted it as letter because email, it doesn't make much of sense, because and nowadays we do have something like carbon copy or blind carbon copy, which we'll be able to add multiple clients and we'll be able to send it. Only advantage which this one has is personalized messages. So for now, I will not be going for the emails. Instead, I will be concentrating more on letter. Then in the third option, what we can do is you can always from this option you can click on your next option. Again, in this part also you can click on next option, right? So here what you can do is you can go with a select address list, and you can have add our document which is situated in the desktop, and I can add this document, that Excel document which has got LibreCalc document which has got the addresses. Once you are okay with this document, you can click on open. Right. So inside that document, sheet 1 will be our addresses, right? So once you do that, you can click on OK. Right. Now, what all things you need in the address? Is this sufficient enough? As you could see, as of now, there is address line 1, there is not address line 2, right? So in our Excel sheet or in the Calc document, we do have something like title, it is there, first name, it is there, last name, it is there. There is something like address 1 and address 2, then our pin codes, right? So we can edit these options. So as of now, only the title, the Mr., that is taken into the consideration. Other things has not been mentioned. So what I will do is I can go into this particular option of more, and you can edit these things. You can edit these things. So let us say I don't want zip codes. Then what you can do is you can select the zip code, and I can go with this particular option. So the zip code will be deleted. Now what I need zip codes, right? So what I will do is I will click on enter, and I will be clicking on the zip codes, and I will be entering it, right? I need the address 2 auto address line 2 also, right? So either I can do it in the same line, or what I can do is I can click on this enter option, and you can click on this particular option, and you can click on this particular arrow, right? Now this is not matched and this is not matched. That is the first name, it is not matched. Similarly, address line 2 is also not matched. So we have to match it exactly, then only we can click on the next option. So what you can do is you can click on this particular option, match fields. So once you go here, you will be having all these options. The titles, it will be there, first name, it will be there, last name, it will be there, address line 1, it is here, address line 2, it is here, and zip code, it is there. And at least we'll have to match exactly the given options over here. So title, it is here, title is already matched. First name, we do have first name, right? So the first name, I will be matching it. Then what we can do is address line is already matched, so we will match the address to address line 2. Then zip code, it is already matched. Then I will be clicking on OK. So something similar to this thing has to come, and you will be able to check it. So this will be the first item, first address, this will be the second address, and this will be the third address, right? Once you do all these things, then you can click on next. Then you can create a salutations. So you can either do it here itself, or you can do it later. So what I will do is I will suggest you to do is I will not do it over here, later I will do it, right? So once this is done, you can click on next, then you can click on finish. So you'll be having this thing. So I need this after my 2, right? So what I will do is I will make it go down, and I will be placing it in such a way that it is exactly matching this thing. Now what I need is something, I need a personalized message like dear, right? Dear. Then I need title, so I'll be keeping a space, then I'll be copying the title, and I'll be giving it over here. Then I need what I need is something like their first name and second name. So I'll be giving a full stop, and I'll be giving a space. Afterwards, I will be giving first name as well as my last name. In between first name and last name, I will be giving the space, right? So I will be adjusting the whole document. Once this is done, what you can do is you can go into the file option, and you can go into the print option. The warning pop-up will come, and it will say that your document contains address database fields. Do you want to print a form letter? So please give yes over here. So this error will come if you go in this particular manner. So instead of going in this manner, what you can do is you can have a third option. So in some cases, this will be exactly matched, and you will go into the next option. So if you are getting something like an error, something similar to this thing, then what you can do is you can close this thing. You can save the document. Then you can close this thing. Then what you can do is you can go into the application, and you can go with your LibreOffice. Once you go into the LibreOffice, there is an option called as base database. Please click on the base database option. So what it does is it basically creates a database from the spreadsheets. Once you open the base database, then it will be a wizard will come up, and it will ask to either to create a new database, or you can open an existing document or existing database. So to create a new database from a spreadsheet, what you can do is connect to an existing. You can click on the third option, what is called as connect to an existing database. You can click on this particular option, and you can go into this particular option to see that spreadsheet is an option. So click on the spreadsheet, then click on next. Then it will ask where the document is. So there, what you can do is you can browse, you can go to the desktop, and you can click on our address.ods file. So open that file, and click on next. If there is a password for your Excel sheet, then it has to be given. For now, I don't have any password, so what I will do is I will click on next, and I will be clicking on finish. So it will say where I need to save this particular document. So what I will do is I will save it as address address, and I will be saving it as it on the desktop. So it will be saved as a document called as ODF. So I'll be saving it on the desktop itself. Once I save this particular thing, I will be closing it. And this is a document which we have created, and the file extension is ODP. Now what I will do is I will go into the letter.odt. Now I will go into the tools option. I will be going into the mail merge wizard. So whatever I have given till this thing is exactly correct. So instead of this particular file, I need to take this from that new file which we have created. So for that, what I will do is I will go into the select different address file. I'll be adding the file. I'll be going into the desktop option, and I'll be clicking on this particular option, address.odb. It is not the exact Excel sheet spreadsheet which you have created. It is the new database which you have created. I'll be clicking on OK. So it will be added into this thing. I'll be clicking on OK. Right. So now we do have these things, and I'll be clicking on this thing, and it has got title, first name, everything is exactly matched. Everything is here, but it is not exactly matched. So what I will do is I will go into the match fields option. Last name it is matched. Address 1 and address 2 it is not matched. So what I will do is I will be matching address 1 and 2. Similarly, I will be matching zip code or pin code. Right. So now we do have the exact address. I'll be clicking on OK. I'll be clicking on next, and I'll be clicking on next, and I'll be clicking on finish. So the new thing created is over here, and the old one is over here. So what I will do is I'll be deleting the old one, and I'll be moving this thing towards to address option. Once you click on this particular option, you can again go. This thing will not work if you save this thing as or export this thing as PDF. It will not work. So instead of doing that, what you can do is you can go into the print option. You don't have to print the whole thing, but you will have to go into the print option to exactly get this options. Again, similar pop-up will come. You give yes to this particular option. So once you click on the print, this option will come, and you can either directly print this particular thing, or you can what you can do is you can go into the file option and save the whole thing as a single document. So I'll be clicking. As of now, I will not be printing it. I will be saving it as a single document. So I'll be clicking on OK, and I'll be saving this thing as the final print. I'll be saving it as final print, and I'll be saving it on the desktop. I'll be saving it as, again, I can save this thing as a Word document, or I can save this thing as a PDF file. So for this demonstration, I'll be saving this thing as a PDF, and I'll be clicking on save option. So I'll be opening. This is the final thing which came out, right? So what I will do is I will open it up. So as you could see, this is the first page. So this has got this particular address, and there is a blank page. I will tell you what went wrong. And in this page we do have that PQR address. Then in the fifth page we do have something like ABC. So what went wrong is something like this has been gone to the second page. So what I will do is I will be deleting that additional page. Then what I will do is I will again go into the print option. I'll be clicking on yes. I'll be saving it as a file, and I'll be overwriting. I'll be clicking on this PDF option. I'll be going into the desktop, and I'll be overwriting on the final print say .pdf file. I'll be clicking on yes, and I'll be overwriting the whole thing. So I'll be closing this thing. I'll be saving it, and once I open my final dot. So now this has got only 3 pages, 1, 2, and 3, and the first page has got something like Mr. XYZ. This is address, and here also dear Mr. XYZ. In the page number 2, again the address is Mr. PQR, and this is Mrs. PQR. And if you could go into this particular option, this thing is something similar to this thing, and here also it is exactly this. So this is how you will be able to do mail merge in LibreOffice. I hope this information is useful. So please try out these options in your workplace, right? Bye for now. We'll see you with something new next time. Bye bye.